This is one thing I always want to know, when brands approach you, what are they really looking for when they approach you to really decide to work with you? Um, is it the amount of followers you have? Because right now you can really fake like followers, right?
100%. Yeah.
And now it's even harder because you can't really check engagement because, likes are hidden, comments, you can have
Yeah.
the reach, but the IG algorithm, it's pretty much, it's not as strong as it was before. So what were they really looking for early on to really decide, hey, we're going to really work with Chris Mitchell because we believe this, and that? What did they see in you and what do they see in bloggers that they decide to really hop into that boat with you and work with you?
So I think a number of things. I mean, I think the first thing is professionalism. I think that there's a number of people in this industry that they burn people. They're taking advantage of people. It's a side gig, and they're just not doing. They don't have an air of professionalism. So anybody who's trying to do it with any level of authority should build themselves a strong media kit. A media kit which breaks down your stats, breaks down who you worked with. I always send a customer feedback form to people I'm working with so that the last 2 pages of my media kit are just people being like, Chris is the best, and that goes a long way because what's the barrier to entry, right? Brands and companies want to make sure they can work with me and they're going to get a result, so what do? I build out reports that show ROI. If someone's hesitant to work with me, I send my media kit and then I send a sample campaign report, which shows, that I give back in numbers on everything. The other thing too is like I speak at conferences a lot about brand authenticity, and people are tired of feeling like nobody wants to go on Twitter and see a scheduled post. You can schedule your post, but make sure they don't look scheduled. And I think for me at least, if you go on, follow me on Twitter or whatever, like you're going to see I have big engagement. It's not unusual for me to have 50 comments, 100, 200 likes on a good tweet. And that's part of building community and showing you actually care about other people. So I think if I'm nailing down why I think people work with me again, I think it's first the social proof. I take the time, take a day and build out an epic report for yourself that showcases your own validity and send that off. Because the truth is, whatever your report says, and hopefully it says good things, but the real thing is you're showcasing that you understand their problems. So if you're sending a report off and you're like, hey, if you're wondering, if you're hesitant to do a paid campaign here, let me show you what I've done for others. Even just that step shows them that you understand their pain points.
Yeah.
Right? Because their pain points are they've worked with somebody, they shelled out money, right? They took a gamble on somebody. That person burned them. Their boss was like, so how did that go, by the way? And they had no ROI, right? They had no ROI to show, right? They're like, I think it went well, right? But, we as creators have the ability to showcase statistics, showcase what we've done. Don't be lazy. Take that day, 2 weeks later or whatever. I always send out, I basically say that I'll get a blog post live. If I'm going to, I worked with the Czech Republic on a biking trip this year. So I went there, I promised that on the ground, I'd be hitting all the social, with a vengeance. That we're working together, we're tandeming that, we're sharing content, we're going for it. 3 weeks later, I had 2 articles up on my site as promised. 1 month after that, I sent a report with all my back-end social stats, all the reports for the blogs, and voila, check arrives. You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about. But you know what? Like, figure out ways that you can do that. And we're still defining what professional is in this
space,
quote unquote profession, right? That's why I'm, being the co-founder of the Toronto Bloggers Collective, now surely I have to lead by example, right? So that means doing that. I mean, I just created a 13-page report yesterday for a press trip that we did. We had 10 of our creators go and working with the tourism board. And you know what? Like, we are using programs now to showcase how we're getting, how we're doing locking in hashtags. And, I think Toronto Bloggers called the hashtag for the 2 days we were running that trip had 2 million impressions on Twitter. I can show that objectively, you know what I mean? So it's about that kind of stuff. Take that extra step. Cause you'd be shocked, man. Like 100% of people want the glory. 5% want to do the work.
Yeah.